Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The bold and the beautiful Steffi Forrester wants to really hurt Hope Logan. She wants to shut down the Hope for the Future clothing line once and for all. But Carter Walton has now made a very passionate case to keep the clothing line alive. In a recent interview with the TV water cooler, Jacqueline Wood, who plays Steffi, said that her B and B character's reaction to Carter and Hope's new romance will be explosive. Steffi has been looking for any excuse she can find to stop production of Hope's line. And after Hope's drunken kiss with her husband Finn, Steffi's wants it shut down more than ever. Can you blame her? With Thomas Forrester gone and out of the picture, Hope for the Future has been struggling. Right now, there seems to be no sign of Matthew Atkinson's return to Bold and the Beautiful. Without Thomas as a designer, it's bad news for Hope. And Brooke knows that Steffi will stop at nothing to crush her daughter's clothing line. Brooke even asked Finn to intervene, which he refused. In the interview, Wood said, "Steffi's target is Hope. And it may be a little bit personal, but it's also business too. The Hope for the Future line is underperforming." This was also seen in a recent meeting on B and B about the line. In the meeting, everyone expected Steffi to cancel it on the spot. However, Steffi surprised everyone by giving Hope more time to improve the line's performance. After the meeting, Steffi cornered Hope. She threatened to cut her line if she didn't stay away from her husband. Since then, Hope has been trying to forget about Finn. And now, she's had plenty of distractions, like a romance with Carter Walton. Carter has made it clear that he would like to date Hope. But Liam has now come crawling back and wants to get Hope back. Hope seems more interested in Carter, mainly because she thinks that he could be a one-woman man, which could be good for her. However, Steffi thinks that Hope is trying to use Carter to help her fading line. Steffi warned Hope not to use Carter to try and stop the shutdown of Hope for the Future, and Hope agreed. Hope was just relieved that Steffi didn't catch on to what they were really doing. Now, Carter is making an appeal to Steffi and Ridge. He wants to not only keep Hope for the Future going, but he also wants them to invest more in it, just like they did with Brooke's bedroom, which paid off nicely. It's interesting that Carter compared the two lines, as Ridge advocated for Brooke's bedroom because of his romantic ties. And now, Carter is now advocating for Hope for the Future as he starts to get romantically involved with Hope. Steffi Forrester kept pushing Carter for solid sales numbers during the meeting on B and B, but he keeps shifting the focus back to Hope being someone that Forrester Creations can't afford to lose. Carter may sway the Forrester Creation executives to keep the line going, and even invest more into it. But him being pushy on Hope's behalf raises questions about whether he may have fudged the projections in a way to make things look better than they are. Jacqueline Wood also said that Steffi doesn't know about Carter and Hope's relationship yet, but she said, "It will be pretty explosive when she finds out." She added that it's jeopardizing the Forrester name. And she said the name is what's important to Steffi. The fallout on the Bold and the Beautiful could be messy this week. Steffi may close down Hope's line, and then may fire both Carter and Hope. Ridge and Eric may have to confront Carter about his feelings for Hope. They need to see if it's influencing his business decisions. In the end, Brooke will likely defend Hope and Carter. She may expect Ridge to take her side, putting him in a difficult position with Steffi. The situation on B and B is getting complicated, and it's expected to explode in November sweeps, which is just 9 episodes away. The Forrester Creations boardroom had seen its fair share of drama, but nothing like the storm that was about to hit. As the sun filtered through the tall windows, casting golden streaks across the marble table, Steffi Forrester stood like a queen surveying her kingdom, one now under siege. The tension in the air crackled like a static charge. Her heels echoed with every step she took, deliberate and sharp. She turned to face the room, her eyes locked on Hope Logan, who sat silently at the end of the table, lips pressed together, knuckles white against the polished wood. The whispers had started innocently enough. An overheard phone call, a late-night sighting, Carter's car parked a little too long outside Logan's cabin. But whispers in this world are never innocent. They're just the first ripple before the tidal wave. And now, the truth had crashed through the doors like a hurricane. I said you're done. You're lying. Hope for the future. It has no future. Not here. Not after this. The Rune gasped. Even Ridge looked stunned, shifting in his seat beside Brooke, whose hand flew to her mouth in classic Logan fashion. But Steffi didn't flinch. You betrayed everything this company stands for, Steffi continued, her tone icy. Professionalism, loyalty, trust. And for what? A fling with Carter. I'll see you. She scoffed, throwing down a folder full of financial reports. Your collection may be trending online, but no hashtag can save your integrity. Hope's eyes flashed. Don't pretend this is about integrity. This is about you. You've been looking for an excuse to shut my line down for months. Steffi leaned forward, her voice low and dangerous. I didn't need an excuse, but now I have a damn good one. The truth was, Steffi had been circling. Hope for the future had been a thorn in her side, stealing resources, clashing with intimates, and lately, threatening to outshine the entire Forrester brand. Hope had leaned into her image as the moral compass of the company, the virtuous daughter of Brooke, the designer with a conscience. Not just anyone. Carter Walton, longtime friend of the Forresters, a man whose romantic entanglements had already nearly blown the company to pieces more than once. First Quinn, then Paris, now Hope? I trusted you, Steffi said, quieter now. I fought to keep your line alive when others wanted to cut it. I stood up for you in meetings, and you repay that by sleeping with someone in our executive suite. Hope stood, her voice trembling but strong. That's none of your business. Oh, but it is. Everything that happens at Forrester is my business. And if your personal drama spills into the boardroom, I will treat it like a hostile takeover. From the corner, Carter stepped in, his usual calm nowhere to be found. This was my mistake too, Steffi. Don't punish Hope's team for something that happened between us. Steffi's eyes snapped to him. You're right. It was your mistake. And yours too, Hope. But the consequences fall on both of you. This isn't about punishing anyone. It's about protecting the Forrester name. No, Steffi cut in. This has gone far enough. I am co-CEO, and I'm making an executive decision. Hope for the future is suspended indefinitely. Brooke stood now, furious and trembling. You're crossing a line, Steffi. This is personal and vindictive. Hope made a mistake, but she doesn't deserve to have everything she's worked for destroyed. Steffi turned to her with a look so cold it could shatter glass. Funny. You didn't say that when I was being dragged through the mud for my relationships, or when you were blowing up marriages left and right for decades. Suddenly you care about consequences. Hope stepped closer. You're going to regret this. You think destroying my line will make you feel powerful. But it just proves how insecure you really are. Steffi's jaw clenched, but she didn't back down. You don't get to lecture me on power, Hope. I've rebuilt this company while you played dress-up in your fairy tale. I made the tough calls when no one else could, and I'll do it again. Behind her, Thomas entered the room, clearly catching the last of the exchange. His eyes darted between the women, the storm brewing visibly in his expression. Steffi, he said slowly, you're really going to nuke her line. After everything we've done to bring it back. Hope hesitated for the briefest moment. And in that pause, everything was answered. Thomas turned away, visibly crushed. I thought you were different. Hope's eyes filled with tears, but she stood her ground. I'm still the same person. I still believe in my work, in our vision. One mistake doesn't erase all that. Steffi walked toward the door, pausing only once. You're right. One mistake doesn't erase everything. but it does reveal who you really are. The boardroom erupted into chaos. Brooke yelling, Ridge trying to mediate, Carter attempting damage control. But it all felt like white noise compared to the fire burning in Hope's chest.